fans, and welcome to Audio Suplex Live. I'm your host, Heel Corey, and tonight I'm here to present you Uprising 16 with a 3-match showcase. Tonight we're going to see a Fatal 4-Way match, an NOW Heavyweight Championship match, and an Uprising Championship match. We're not going to waste any time. Our first match of the evening is a Fatal 4-Way match. We have Colt Daniels, Marcus Everette, Jontae Kieth, and Tony Thunder battling it out. We're going to go ahead and set it down to the ring where I'm told the action is just getting underway.
When I got no way to tell, we are from what we've done. Now the only thing that matters is we're not going back. I can see the miles gone.
54 pounds, Marcus Everette.
Welcome back, NOW fans. Joining action in progress here, joining Jontae Kieth and Tony Thunder in the ring for this Fatal 4-Way, Marcus Everette with one of the catchiest theme songs I think I've ever heard.
Travis, you're supposed to have eclectic music taste. What is this?
This is what the kids like to refer to as pop music.
It's popping my eardrums right now. I'd rather not hear this.
Come on, man. Get into it.
All right, but I'm trying to get into this action right here. Marcus Everette making his way in, and we haven't seen him in a while.
Yeah, he's done his rounds on the internet. Some would go as far as to say he's going viral for a certain clip that may have emerged on
He's made
Facebook
his
at some point.
rounds on the internet.
Ooh, good Lord. And now he's made his rounds back here in NOW. Good to have Marcus Everette back, showing a little love to the NOW crowd here.
Getting off the ground. All right, we're just picking random people up. What's going on?
Be careful getting Marcus Everette that high up. I've seen some bad things happen.
As he ascends a turnbuckle.
Keep your eyes on him, though, man. He is not the biggest horse in this fight, but
what's he going on about? Turn off the music. I don't want to hear it anymore either.
I was interested to see what he had to say.
Yeah, they cut his mic short, just like he almost cut his career short by botching moves off of scaffolding to small tables.
Hey, man, just trying to entertain the fans out here. Now, how this man got his way into this match is anybody's guess. This man should still be, to this day, suspended from Northwest Ohio Wrestling.
But he got reinstated despite his actions against Chris Chambers last month.
Unbelievable.
JJ Castillo ultimately relented in...
I would never be as crass as to deny the talent of a Colt Daniels and the drive to be at the top of the card as a Colt Daniels, but this is not the way it should be.
But it's the way that it's gonna be. He decided that himself when he took out the Steel Gorilla. Well, now we got the Glass City Savior back in on NOW, and no one's safe.
And what a great opportunity for Jontae Kieth, Tony Thunder, and Marcus Everette to pin the former NOW Heavyweight Champion, to cement themselves as the next in line, for the heir apparent.
Yeah, one could say this is about contendership, but the beat streak that Colt Daniels is on right now, this could be a fight for survival. It's a Fatal 4-Way. Anything goes in this match.
And we are in for a fantastic fight between these four tonight.
Like, we haven't seen Tony Thunder around. I don't know if there's any ring rust. We have a recovering Marcus Everette, who is now apparently indestructible.
And we can't count out former NOW Cruiserweight Champion Jontae Kieth, who's trying to really carve his own path after losing the Cruiserweight Championship.
He's trying to get back into the picture, as are all of these guys.
I don't know what kind of picture Tony Thunder's trying to get into, but...
very picturesque. He's posing the bear right now. You always got to be ready. You never know when a selfie and a photo op might come up.
The referee getting this one officially underway. Tony Thunder still kind of entertaining the NOW crowd here.
Is he, or is he entertaining the bear?
At this point, who's to say?
And he slides out already. Very smart move.
But he's got to be involved in the pinfall. This isn't elimination style. He's got to be involved in the pinfall to win this match.
Yeah, but there's a lot of wrestling left. The match just got started. The bell just rang, and no one seemingly knows what to do right now. So maybe...
I think these three got the right idea. Go after Colt Daniels and make him fight this fight.
Yeah, but he's not going to. Look at that. He's taking a breather. You know, he's mentally prepping. You know, he just said he just inserted himself into this match, but it doesn't mean he's ready to go. But it looks like how everybody just wants a taste.
I don't know what kind of emotional connection Tony Thunder has to this bear, but Colt Daniels making it known that he doesn't quite care for him.
That's right. I don't know what he calls that bear, but I call it sorry.
Oof. And action officially getting underway with us. Great striking combination there by Marcus Everett, taking out the midsection of Jontae Kieth and a nice knee to the side of the head. Marcus Everett really showing some of that athleticism early on in this match.
Yeah, that core strength, man. Oh, just slipped off, so he didn't get all of that, but he recovered real nicely, though. Oh.
Low center of gravity. Huge impact there off of that.
That's a finish in a lot of places, but here we are, just getting started. Tony Thunder enters.
Ooh, huge back elbow there. Tony Thunder ducks the clothesline, looks for kind of like a modified snapmare takeover.
Oh, a little chicken noodle soup with a soda on the side. Oh, look at that. We're too busy dancing, though.
He's bringing the funk. I love it. Makes quick work of getting Jontae Kieth back out of the ring. Marcus Everett in a precarious position here in the bottom turnbuckle.
Is he playing duck, goose?
Oh,
that'll leave a goose egg right on your noggin, right there. Still pandering, though. I mean, if you hit him real hard like that, just follow up, man. What are we doing?
Yeah, Tony Thunder's going to wrestle his style of match, and apparently his style of match includes a couple laps around the ring.
Jontae asking for it now, though.
Ooh. Leapfrogs over. Jontae Kieth with a huge standing dropkick, catching Tony Thunder right in the middle of his stride. Now here, Colt Daniels making his way into the ring for this first time in this match. Ooh! Clubbing double axe handle on the back of Jontae Kieth's neck.
From behind now, stomping the mud hole in there. Now there's no DQ.
And that's what I love about these Fatal 4-Ways. Every one of these wrestlers is going to wrestle their style. Colt Daniels in there, boot to the chest. I mean, we may not agree with the way he does things, but he's going to wrestle his match.
Oh, baseball slide out. The agility.
Ooh!
Almost turning him inside out.
Felt that went all the way from my seat.
All right.
Colt Daniels lining up his shot here. It looks like Marcus Everett making his way back in. And
oh, no. That's just nasty. Oh, nasty spill out there.
Very nasty spill to the outside. Marcus Everett now could be setting up for a middle rope moonsault. Beautifully executed.
Nice springboard moonsault. So that's what I like about these guys. They put it all
Wait a minute. What is Jontae Kieth doing?
What? Is this Miles Morales? The Black Latino Spider-Man? What are we doing? We're wrestling, it's not basketball, Jontae.
Well, meanwhile, Colt Daniels, Marcus Everett are making work of each other. Tony Thunder off the top turnbuckle.
Oh, just slipping off there, but he still got all of it.
Spilling all three men
Colt
to the
Daniels
outside. Jontae Kieth still trying to climb his way up to this basketball hoop in the background.
This is what happens when you watch too many and one street ball.
Unbelievable.
Mixtapes.
This action did not take a long time to get chaotic in a quick way.
Now, we were talking about Marcus Everett earlier and the spots that he had.
Wait a minute. Jontae Kieth is fully standing up now. Oh, my God!
Jesus.
Unbelievable. Taking out Tony Thunder and Marcus Everett
Who
in
got
one
the worst
swoop.
of that? I think it took out Jontae.
In all of my years of watching professional wrestling, I've never seen anybody jump off of a basketball hoop.
It's a first here. NOW's about a lot of firsts.
He made everybody in the Believe Center a believer with that one.
I believe I can fly.
I would go so far as to say that we are all witnesses.
Chalk it up.
Beautiful. I think Jontae getting the worst of that one. Still feeling the after effect of that basketball hoop leap of faith. Marcus Everett back to his feet. Colt Daniels there, still on the floor, not able to get back into this fight.
Is this the result of like when you play too much Assassin's Creed? Like you're just jumping off the highest of buildings? There was no bale of hay there.
Nope.
But hey, look at the action that we got going on in the ring right now.
Now here we go.
Yeah,
These
this
two
is some
getting ready
action.
to lock up right now.
This
Look
is
at this. Oh my God. This match is getting crazy in a very big way.
All right, anything could be under that ring. This is what they came to see. A fatal four-way, no DQs.
Anything is legal in a fatal four-way. Cheese graters.
We got turnbuckles under there.
Chairs.
We got sacks full of goodies.
Oh,
all right,
no. What
thumbtacks. It could be.
This could be
push
anything.
pins,
This is
an area mat.
Is
and
this
chess pieces?
Is this a chess match?
It's a match within a match.
Unbelievable.
And now, from what I know of Marcus in his free time, he does fancy a chess game or two. But this isn't the time or place.
Who takes the pinfall here? The referee with no earthly clue how do you officiate a chess match? Probably about the same way we're commentating it. This is unbelievable.
This is really happening. Jontae's creeping in the back.
Jontae Kieth making his way up to the top turnbuckle. They got to finish this match up quickly.
Chess isn't a fast game.
No. Chess aside, it's time to go.
All right. So who won?
I guess we'll have to wait till the end of the match to find out.
Stalemate?
That's probably about my best guess.
I tell you what, this move won't be stalemate. So let's take a look.
Another loop.
Who wants? He's like, I want Jontae. Tony Thunder's got something to prove. He hasn't been here on the NOW scene in quite some time, so this is his first time back for a while. So
all four of these men with something to prove here. But oh my God!
That core strength from Marcus again.
And then Colt Daniels capitalizes, throws Marcus Everett out of the ring. 1, 2, and Tony Thunder just hanging in at the last second. Rolls over Jontae Kieth. 2, and the finger. Jontae Kieth with the wherewithal to get the finger on the bottom rope at the absolute last second. I'm telling you, Jontae Kieth will make you a believer. Oof. Tony Thunder ducks the boot, and Colt Daniels needs a super kick for his efforts. Oof.
Oh, this could be the crucifixion of the Glass City Savior here right now.
Marcus Everett making his way back into the ring. Tony Thunder still at a standing base. Jontae Kieth still in the corner.
He punched him in the elbow, and he actually reeled from it. That elbow might be indestructible. Oh! Stiff forearm.
Like a sack of potatoes. Marcus Everett standing tall. The referee's got to check that arm, that cast
That's
there.
a weapon. But it's a fatal four-way, and everything is
so
legal.
are the feet of Colt Daniels, leveling Marcus Everett, leveling Tony Thunder, and absolutely decimating Jontae Kieth, standing tall once again in this match.
That's something that you could do, though, when you participated in about a third of it.
Oof.
Oh, geez. Couldn't even find a way to get out of there. Oh, deep cover.
Jontae ducks through. Huge kick to the side of the head of Tony Thunder. He's got him down. Could be looking for some of these aerial maneuvers we've come to expect from Jontae Kieth. He's known to fly. Ooh.
Oh, nice bomb. Oh, lion salt.
Marcus Everett out of nowhere breaking up and saving the match for himself. Who does Momentum favor at this point in this match? Every one of these men is, sans Colt Daniels, who's inexplicably nowhere to be found.
I would say, it's pretty fair right now. It 25% to each of these guys. 4 guys in the match. Nobody's got
huge spear.
Oh, jeez.
Taking the thunder right out of Tony. My heavens.
Oh.
Wow.
Missed the count. I think Colt was just a little too ready for him, so he let up just in case.
Unbelievable. The awareness of Colt Daniels to know that Marcus Everett was coming in, and you saw the hesitation there. Colt Daniels may be the most dangerous man on the NOW roster today.
He just took out the Steel Gorilla just a month ago with no remorse. Came out here exactly the same.
I don't think he's done. You just got unsuspended, Colt. What are you doing?
Who cares about reinstatement? JJ Castillo already relented. He already let him back in here. So what he's going to do, suspend him again?
You already got what you wanted.
He's going to destroy the entire roster until he truly gets what he wants. And that's JJ Castillo, I'm sure.
NOW Commissioner Eddie Ortega out here trying to get some semblance of control under this, but how do you control a Colt Daniels?
How can he see with those glasses on?
He's the boss, man. I'm not one to question it.
He doesn't sign my checks.
Oof. Colt Daniels exercising some demons here tonight.
He's also exercising his right to free speech. Let me hear what he has to say.
We've seen this before. Colt Daniels just dragging Tony Thunder to the corner, setting up that chair.
This is exactly how he took out Chris Chambers.
Eddie Ortega's got to get security. Security's got to get in here.
Security should have been here 5 minutes ago.
This is unbelievable. Who reinstated this maniac?
JJ Castillo, where were you? He reinstated him, but he did it to save his talent. And somebody's got to save the talent today.
To what end? This maniac needs to be thrown out of NOW forever. Eddie Ortega trying to... Wait a minute.
Oh. Look who's not so hurt.
He's supposed to be on the shelf still.
He is on the shelf, but sometimes you got to bring some product to the front, fill up the space. So it's about to get in his face.
Now, this is the showdown we've been waiting to see.
But not like this. He's still hurt.
This is face-to-face, Colt Daniels. This isn't from behind.
He could just do it to his other leg. He's 50% at best.
Colt Daniels knows, even with a 50% Chris Chambers, he doesn't want that fight face-to-face.
Forgoes the chair. That's how demented Colt Daniels is. He doesn't need it.
Make your move, Colt. You wanted him, Colt. He's here. Make your move. An incredibly intense stare down between these two. Wait a minute.
He's taking the boot off. He doesn't need the brace.
He's ready to go. You want to dance, Colt?
Is he actually
Let's
hurt?
dance!
Did he heal back that fast?
Some say gorillas have superhuman
he's
healing
moving.
ability. He's moving quickly.
I guess this is what you get when you're made of steel.
Let's go! Chris Chambers exacting a little bit of revenge on Colt Daniels.
I just want to know how healed up that foot is. That ankle I thought was shattered. He had to get carried out of here. You don't ever see Chris Chambers get carried out of here.
I've never seen Chris Chambers this determined. Determination's a strong thing, partner. When these two finally lock up, it is going to tear the roof off of this building.
Live to fight another day, Travis. Work smart, not hard.
Colt Daniels taking the Colt Daniels way, making his way to the back. And we're going to throw it back to heel Corey, who is in the studio.
There you have it, folks. Colt Daniels picking up the win here in the Fatal 4-Way and attempting to make a statement there at the end of the match. Unfortunately for him, though, Chris Chambers had other plans. We'll have to see how that plays out in the future here at NOW. Let's go ahead and move on to our second match of tonight's showcase, the NOW Heavyweight Championship match, which pits our challenger, Alan Graves, in a match against the NOW Heavyweight Champion, Dre Jacobs. Let's go ahead and send it down to the ring and check out this action.
When I got no way to tell, we are from what you've done. Now the only thing that matters is when
See a lot of great action here tonight, but one thing we have not seen yet this evening is a title match. Are you ready for a title match? This next match is a title match, and it's not just a ranking title. It is for the NOW Heavyweight Championship. Introducing first, the challenger. From Dead Horse Bay, New York, weighing 290 pounds, he is the insidious Alan Graves.
And we are back for another title defense of Dre Jacobs' NOW Heavyweight Championship. This week, going up against one of the biggest monsters in Northwest Ohio wrestling, Mr. Alan Graves. I'm joined, of course, as always, by BT Jackson. BT, what can you tell me about Alan Graves?
Alan Graves is back. He is mean, and he's going to take what's his finally from Dre Jacobs, because Dre Jacobs, he's been giving title shots after title shots to everybody else, and all of his people in his team and War Incorporated, they've been getting involved too much, and I'm ready. I'm ready for the change.
Well, that's another story in and of itself. We definitely see some involvement and some dissension in the ranks with War Inc. lately between Dre Jacobs, Mountain Killer, Louis Perez. But he can't look past the challenge that's ahead of him here. He's got a refocused Alan Graves who is looking to impose his will upon him.
Representing War Inc., he is the NOW Heavyweight Champion, the War Boy, Dre
Now, I know you had a lot to say earlier about Dre Jacobs and his involvement with War Inc. and his matches. Conspicuous that he's coming out to this match by himself.
Not for now, until later, when Mountain Killer, Louis Perez, who knows, the crowd gets involved. I'm over it. Alan Graves, I hope he buries him.
Well, there you have NOW Heavyweight Champion Dre Jacobs set for another title defense. A rocky start to his reign as NOW Heavyweight Champion, as BT Jackson has implied earlier. You know, a lot
What
going
rocky start, Travis? He's got it. He's been giving title matches to everybody. The only rocky start is the dissension in the ranks, quote unquote, with War Incorporated. I think he's had the game plan the entire time.
Well, that remains to be seen here, partner, but I still think that Dre Jacobs is a fighting champion. Look at this right here, giving the NOW crowd their money's worth and letting them know that he is with them 100% of the way.
Oh, it doesn't matter. He's just handing everybody title shots, giving grandmothers title shots, and touching the title. There is no respect for that title for Dre Jacobs.
And he's got no small task ahead of him here with Alan Graves. And we mentioned previously, Alan Graves on his own his own pilgrimage here, separating himself, albeit very
I don't like what Alan Graves has done recently. However,
are you referring to the split with Avarice?
I am referring to the split with Avarice. A very despicable move. But here against Dre Jacobs today, he looks like the good guy.
Well, either way, Alan Graves, Dre Jacobs. Alan Graves looking to carve his own path in Northwest Ohio wrestling. Dre Jacobs looking to solidify himself as one of the great NOW heavyweight champions.
Alan Graves is an Uprising champion in his own right. He deserves to be here.
Former Uprising champion, absolutely. I'm never taking away from Alan Graves and what he's done between those ropes.
Well, I hope to see a whole lot of pain inflicted on Dre Jacobs today in between these ropes. Let's go.
It's definitely going to be a hard-hitting affair. Two of these guys, two of the stiffest strikers in Northwest Ohio wrestling. And there you have Alan Graves.
A stiff arm.
Showing you right off the rip that he doesn't care about War Inc. He doesn't care about the NOW Championship. He cares about Alan Graves.
You don't have to like his tactics, but they are very, very effective. So let's get this match underway. All this pandering and sportsmanship, just go at it. You're not going to get any love lost from Alan Graves.
And get what you asked for. Alan Graves asking for an intense battle right off the bat, and Dre Jacobs more than happy to bring it to him. These two big behemoths splitting, just clubbing forearms into one another. I don't even think the bells rang yet.
Well, it hasn't. The referee hasn't gotten involved at all, so I'm going to say this match is officially underway. Chopping down at the big redwood, that is Alan Graves. Nice, mean knee lift right there, but I'm not applauding any of his actions right now. It's just very effective.
Alan Graves taking a second to collect himself on the outside. Dre Jacobs going on the opposite side, going after his opponent.
Oh, this is Dre Jacobs' wheelhouse, just being outside of the ring. None of these matches ever happen inside. They're 90% outside with crowd interference. Look at that.
Another stiff forearm by the NOW champion there. Ooh. And this is a slightly different Dre Jacobs than we've seen before. He's got the target on his back. He knows what the perception of him is, and he's trying to prove himself otherwise here. He's trying to prove to you and to the entire NOW crowd that, listen, there might be dissension in the ranks amongst War Inc., but I'm a fighting champion, and I'm here to defend my championship. Ooh.
Nice chops. Let's get in here, Graves.
Dre Jacobs largely unaffected by the chops there by Alan Graves. Alan Graves once again against the apron. And Dre Jacobs again breaks up the count.
Yeah, see, these aren't moves of a good guy. See, look, here we go. Already, we're like 3 minutes into this match, and we're already calling for the crowd to come out here and help us again. Oh, look, see, what's wrong with this ref? This is illegal. This is a sanctioned championship match. Look, who ordered these pork chops with a side of weak sauce? What are these kids doing?
And these kids are showing their respect and showing their.
This is disrespectful. This is a sanctioned match. This is the Midwest Ohio Wrestling Heavyweight Championship that's on the line right now. And we got baby Natural Aces fans. Why? I'm appalled. Get JJ Castillo out here. I'm over this. Look, we're just breaking the count. This is just a glorified street fight. The ref has no control. Crowd interference.
I like to think that our NOW officials have the ability to let the rules go within a certain limit. And if it's Dre Jacobs giving the crowd what they want, let them have a little fun. Those kids are out there having a good time. Dre, being the champion that he is making sure that the crowd goes home happy.
But see, these are careers that are being built here. The fans, yeah, they pay for the seats. Does that go to the talent? Yes, it does. But you got to have a storied career built behind this. And who wants to tell the story of a kid chopped my chest?
Alan Graves with a second win there, getting an upper hand on champion Dre Jacobs.
There you go. High risk, no reward.
Now for the first time in this match, we see Graves enjoying a firm spot in the driver's seat. Oof. And if you came for a wrestling technical masterclass, this is not the match for you. There's going to be a lot of stiff shots and a lot of animosity right here with two of these just huge big men here.
Now these guys aren't putting on a clinic, but I hope Dre Jacobs ends up in one.
Now back to Alan Graves and the transformation we've seen him take over the last couple of years. Loses the Uprising Championship. One would argue kind of loses his way a little bit. Finds solace in his partner with Avarice, and then abandons that partnership for what?
Hey, man, when it's dark, you can't see where you're going. But hopefully he found the light to get him on the right path. I mean, he's got a title shot here today, so maybe that's a good start.
And something's got to be breaking in the right direction here. We may not agree with the path that Alan Graves has taken to get to this point, but he is in a title match. Letting the NOW crowd know exactly how he feels about them.
He's been working hard. He's cut down a lot, but you can still see that he maintained a lot of his agility and the strength. Look at the Irish whip with the release.
Huge Irish whip. Oof. Punishing the back of champion Dre Jacobs. He's toying with the crowd here. He's got them in the palm of his hands. And he knows that.
Nice, slow, methodical pace for Graves.
Ooh!
This is his wheelhouse here.
Just another punishing Irish whip into the corner. I don't care.
Softening up that back.
I don't care how much padding is on those turnbuckle covers. That cannot feel good going back first into essentially the top two turnbuckles right there.
No, those are nothing but steel underneath, and none of it's comfortable.
Ooh. Alan Graves still firmly in the driver's seat in this match. Referee to the count of two. Graves is going to go out after Dre Jacobs.
We're just catching a little wind. Make sure he doesn't get too far. We know Dre Jacobs likes to have these matches on the outside.
Oof.
Stiff chop.
I'll tell you this, if you were looking for a brawl, look no further, because these two men are taking it to one another. One's got to think that we have two of NOW's probably most agile big men here on entirely two different paths in their career. And this meeting, this intersection right here, was only an inevitability.
It was going to come eventually. You know, when you give title shot after title shot to everybody else but the one who deserves it, Jack Price, that got screwed last month. Here we are. You're bound to to go against somebody else. And
what would it mean for?
Oh, that's the hardest part of the ring.
Huge sweep there, knocking Jacobs right back first onto the apron. Ooh, he's
fish out of water.
Ooh.
It's like, what we got over here? You're all right. Is that like a calling card? Oh, how sweet. Look at that. Man, just smell the roses. But it's Alan Graves. Hopefully Drake Jacobs be pushing daisies, if you know what I mean.
Now, what would it mean for Alan Graves to walk out of here tonight with a renewed sense of purpose and the NOW Heavyweight Championship in tow?
Hey, man, he'll be a single guy, be a world champion. Dude, you couldn't tell him a thing. Be on cloud 9. Alan Graves will have to change his name. Graves is, underground, very, very dark, but he'll be in a very light and bright, happy place after tonight. His happies and my happy are two totally different happies, but the point stands.
I don't know about you, but I'm entirely frightened at the concept of an Alan Graves run NOW.
Hey, when you're the face that runs the place, you are the one that makes the rules, but oh man, that is a face.
Oh! Huge step up in Seguri there.
He's going to rhyme that with drools because he's going to just, wow. Slobber doctor right there.
Trey Jacobs now getting a second win here. Huge boot to the face, staving off this onslaught by Alan Graves. Huge drop kick off the second turnbuckle.
Talking about, again, the two most agile men up here. That was a bus. It just delivered a drop kick.
These are two Mack trucks just going at it in the middle of a wrestling ring.
Trey Jacobs the first to rise to his feet, mean right to Alan Graves, but reeling into the corner here.
You see how far he's reaching back for those rights?
Those are haymakers.
Putting everything into them. He knows it's going to take more than just your standard offense to take Alan Graves out.
Oh, Alan Graves a little slow on the chase there, eating an enziguri for his efforts. He doesn't even know where he's at right now.
Alan Graves is on Dream Street. Trey Jacobs looking for that cannonball.
Oh, good grief. That's a lot of man just flip it into you.
Can Jacobs capitalize? So he needs to roll over Graves for a pin. Got a pin attempt. 1, 2, and no. Alan Graves.
That was like 2 3/4 right there.
Alan Graves finding a way to hang on to this one. One's got to think that delay there from Jacobs, who's already starting to show wear and tear from the early beatdown in this match.
Now you can't bury him yet. You got to do a little bit more. He's a big man, and he may look like he's a little slow right now, but there's still something in that tank.
Looking for this ripcord lariat here. Ooh.
Block.
Great ring awareness there by Graves, knowing his opponent, knowing what's coming next with that.
Oh, step through boot to the face. Slap timber.
Huge release German suplex. This has got to be it. Graves is going to roll up. We're going to have a new NOW champion. 1, 2, and no!
How slow was that count?
Are you going to say the War Inc.'s paying off the refs too?
Yeah, I would believe that, yes. War Incorporated, money is war, okay? It's a company.
You guys are tuned into Conspiracy Theory Suplex Live here.
Okay, Travis. You have your own crap crazy theories too. I had to censor myself. This is a family show. You almost made me act beside myself.
I'll be the first to admit that there is dissension in the ranks with War Incorporated. But Dre Jacobs, I know Dre Jacobs. I've talked to Dre Jacobs. He is a fighting champion, and he's going to do whatever he can to not only provide the best reign of the NOW title, and huge cutter through the ropes there.
It didn't look like he got all of it, though.
He's got Graves reeling, goes into the second turnbuckle.
Maybe he's got almost all of that, I guess.
Two
halves make a whole.
No!
Ooh, but not a whole 3 count, though. We got 2 and a fraction. But we're hanging on by threads for both of these guys. These guys are spent right now.
Both guys got to be nearing the end of the tank here.
Gaslight is coming on. You got 50 miles till you got to fill up. Who's going to run out of gas first? That's going to be the NOW champion.
And that's the defense I'm giving to Dre Jacobs. We have seen so many of these NOW title matches since his reign began that are just a war of attrition. He's not coming out here trying to throw the fight. If there was a man out there, who was resting on the fact that huge, that's got to be it. This is going to have a new NOW champion, and no! Both of these monsters.
You can hear the monster yell. Did you hear that scream from Alan Graves? That's the most emotion I have ever seen him display. He was that close.
He knows he was within 1/8 of a second of walking out of here the new Northwest Ohio. He doesn't even care.
The ref almost got
He's going
to
after his
3.
title right now. He says, that's mine.
Told you, the ref is a little slow. Just ring the bell, give him the title. Go ahead, Alan. You earned it. You're good, bro.
And there you go. Alan Graves, he thinks he's won this match.
Just tell the ref to ring the bell.
That's Avarice.
Oh, ex-girlfriends coming to play too. See,
she has every right to get involved here. As she knows Alan Graves better than
right. She's not a part of the match.
She knows Alan Graves better than anybody, and she knows that this isn't the way that he wants to win his first NOW championship.
It doesn't matter how he's got to win it. He just has to win it.
And that little bit of distraction there by Avarice gives Dre Jacobs enough window here.
What?
Wait a minute.
Oh, look, see? Avarice is out. Screwing Allen. Now you got the Mountain Killers out. Screwing Allen. Here we go. Just another shot. Here's the ref not paying attention to anything that wants to go in. I understand he has to count. No, Dre's up to his feet.
No. Dre Jacobs telling him not like this.
Again, another distraction. He's talking about his way. His way. This has been his way ever since he's been champion.
Ooh!
All right, now see, I won't applaud the low blow, but
Alan Graves going for the cover there. 1, 2, and no!
What?
If that ref would have been there a second before, that would have been a new Northwest Ohio wrestling champion right there in Alan Graves.
With the way that this ref counts, though, he had to be there like 5 seconds earlier. It's the longest count of 3 I have ever had.
High drama here in the Belize Center. Northwest Ohio Championship Wrestling. Championship match here on the line. A lot of factors here. We've seen Avarice insert himself into this match. The Mountain Killer now at ringside.
This is ridiculous.
Dre Jacobs looking for maybe that ripcord. Oh!
That's a big man there. That move requires a little bit extra leverage. And Alan Graves is like 6'2", 6'3".
Dre Jacobs not letting go of the wrist. Look right there. That tells the story right there.
Oh.
Graves ducks the lariat once again.
Going for one of his own. Oh,
this has got to be it.
Night. Alan Graves, 6 feet. Wow, so you see how fast that count was, though? That was the fastest 3 the entire evening.
Say what you will about the end of that match, but Dre Jacobs showed why he's a fighting champion right there.
I need to talk with the owner, the commissioner, somebody. We need to hire some new officials.
I have Eddie Ortega's number. Maybe I'll get it to you.
I don't want it, but let me talk to him. Let me talk to him. This has got to change.
But we're still.
This is. How many times has this happened? Is this 2, 3, 4? How many interferences are these guys going to have? I understand they're a stable, they're a team, that they do this for their own. But this isn't what Dre Jacobs is supposed to be, according to you.
We're definitely leaving with more questions than we have answers. But
whoa. So there was some dissension in the ranks. What's up with Mountain Killer this evening? A little unhappy with the way things may have gone, but their boy retained. What's this mean, Travis?
We're walking away from this match with more questions than we have answers to. We need answers. Louis Perez now here at ringside. This is pure dissension in the ranks of War Inc.
Oh, Louis Perez too.
Mountain Killer's gone rogue.
Well, when you're the king of the hill, you're the one at the top of the mountain. He kills those.
Mountain Killer's gone completely rogue on War Inc. here. Louis Perez down at ringside. Dre Jacobs still in the ring, laid out.
Who really won tonight? I did, guys. Don't say the fans. I won. I saw a little bit of Dre Jacobs damage. Mountain Killer, not the biggest fan. Might have earned one this evening.
One's got to wonder what this conversation in the locker room is going to look like between these three.
Oh, I assure you, these guys are not talking at all.
I know this is not you.
Come on, man, you're flying solo. You had a title shot. It was stolen from you from your ex-girlfriend and I guess former teammates. Don't work it out now. She had her chance.
Avarice pleading with Alan Graves. Come back. This isn't the way we are. And there you have it.
I guess that's a no?
Alan Graves is a man on his own path now.
He says come back to the light. His path's rather dark, but it seems like he's got some guidance though. He's on the right track for himself.
Well, this is everything you expect out of a Northwest Ohio Wrestling Championship match. High drama once again here in the Believe Center. A lot of questions yet to be answered.
It's very serial, this drama is. I can't wait to find out what happens next week.
Well, we want to thank you guys for checking this out. We're going to send it back to the studio.
There you have it, folks. Alan Graves coming up short in tonight's NOW Championship match. A lot of interference, a lot of things happening tonight in our NOW Championship match. Can Avarice say anything to save Alan Graves? It seems like Alan Graves has gone off the rails here in the last couple weeks. Also tonight, we saw what may be the end of War Inc. It's hard to say. We have Louis Perez, Dre Jacobs, and Mountain Killer all going in what seems to be different directions here. We'll just have to see how this plays out. Tons of new questions after tonight's championship match. I'm interested to see how this all plays out. Let's go ahead and move into tonight's main event, our final showcase match of the evening. Tonight we have our Uprising champion, Cassidy Kieth, defending his title against the challenger this month, Johnny Carassy. Let's see what this kid has. We're going to send this down to the ring and check out tonight's action.
We have reached that point of the night. It is now time for tonight's main event. The following contest is for the NOW Uprising Championship. Introducing first the challenger from Venice Beach, weighing 210 pounds. He is the Iron Frek, the Yoke Unicorn, and your girlfriend's favorite wrestler, Johnny Carassy.
And it is main event time here, NOW fans. We await the challenger to Cassidy Kieth's Uprising Championship, Johnny Carassy, the Iron Frek. BT Jackson, what can you tell me about Johnny Carassy?
Johnny Carassy, your girlfriend's favorite wrestler, here to take names. He's been chomping at the bit to get at Cassidy Kieth for a very long time. They've been having a little bit of beef between the two, but he's been hard at work, and he's ready for the task ahead of him.
And speaking of hard at work, Johnny Carassy, I follow him on social media. He's been hard at work in the gym, getting himself in what he calls freak form, getting ready for this contest against the Uprising champion. No small task ahead of him, though, as he has to go through the BIG of the 313 in Cassidy Keith.
And that's no small task indeed. I see what you did there. But is he truly ready?
Only time will tell.
From the Motor City, weighing 400 pounds, the BIG of the 313 and the NOW Uprising champion, Cassidy Keith.
And probably the most formidable man on the NOW roster today. One of the baddest men on the planet, Cassidy Keith, your NOW Uprising champion.
My NOW Uprising champion. I am very excited for this. It's been a long time coming, and he's got a chip on his shoulder, and rightfully so. People have been sleeping on him. While he was in Spirit of Detroit, he was looked at as the big cuddly teddy bear of the group. Fans were still loving Jontae, but really weren't loving him. And now that he's broke away from that, he did exactly what he said he was going to do, and that was going to take what is his.
And Cassidy Keith has certainly carved his own path as he rose through the ranks of the NOW roster, now standing tall as your incumbent NOW Uprising champion.
And he's not going to let go of that championship anytime soon. So I'm going to say a small prayer for Johnny Carassy, because he's going to get hurt.
He's got his work cut out for him tonight. And who have we seen Cassidy Keith go through? The likes of Alan Graves.
Everybody. He just a couple months ago took out 3 guys all at once.
An absolute monster. And we are in for one hell of a fight.
Now, I don't want to take anything away from Johnny Carassy. He's been hard at work, but he's always seen as an underdog, and it's because he's never really had those real opportunities. So now that he won that battle royal that allowed him to get this #1 contender spot, now he's here, and now he has to show up and show off. And if he doesn't do that, he could slip right to the bottom, right under Cassidy Keith, and right where he wants it.
This is a huge go big or go home moment for Johnny Carassy, who's been trying to climb his way up the NOW rankings and really kind of make a name for himself. And this is definitely the platform in which he can do it. There you have it, the NOW Uprising Championship on the line in this bout. Size advantage to Keith, obviously. Johnny Carassy fighting with an underdog spirit, and we are ready to get this one underway. Cassidy Keith not looking too concerned about Johnny Carassy in the early goings of this match. BT Jackson.
What does he got to be concerned about? We really don't know too much about Johnny Carassy. He's been taking some time off, and Cassidy Keith has been hard at it, but rights, lefts.
Johnny Carassy's showing a little bit of toe-to-toe action here with big Cassidy Keith.
And that's, you know what you got to do.
He's got the big man. Wow, he's got him down.
Oh, wow. And from the top, too. I was actually getting ready to say you kind of got to work him from the bottom, but he managed to do it. And honestly, that's what I look forward to seeing in Johnny Carassy.
But Cassidy Keith quickly back to his feet, not going to stay down for very long, especially with that Uprising Championship.
Oh, one of the meanest forearms in the game.
On the line, and now these two men just going toe-to-toe, taking blows out of each other, and Johnny Carassy getting the worst of it.
Now, one thing you don't want to do is fight Cassidy Keith standing up.
Oof.
All of that power comes right from those thick legs of his, just rooted into the ground, but now getting stomped into the ground by Johnny Carassy, who's feeling it tonight.
Johnny Carassy is on fire in the early goings of this match, not standing down. He's going toe-to-toe with the big man.
He's got to keep and maintain that fervor as well, because it's if you take the wind out of the big man,
wear him down,
then you get a win over the big man. Oh, this isn't safe for anybody.
Carassy, some stiff right hands there, trying to get the big man off the apron. Huge! And takes the big man to the spills to the outside. Cassidy Kieth is on the outside of the ring, and Johnny Carassy is firmly in the driver's seat here. Who would have expected this?
I couldn't, but what I do expect is him to pander to the crowd right now. All he's got to do is just get him back inside. He can't win it out there.
Looks for a baseball slide. Cassidy catches him and hits him with a deep right underhook. And this is where Cassidy Kieth is dangerous. I don't care how many push-ups you do in the morning. If you're on the outside and that man has access to anything in the building, it's not your fight.
So you're ready to go. Good night. Sitting here arguing with some of the fans, but the ref's count's getting up there. They got to get back inside, or this thing just ends in a draw and it'll be all for nothing. He's being real lenient with this count. We're at a count of six.
Carassy back in the ring, breaks the count. Interesting decision here. Knows he can't win the NOW Uprising title on a countout and wants to inflict a little bit more damage on the champion.
We're just taking a whole tour of the Believe Center right now. I know this is personal, but you guys got to remember, this is not a street fight. This is a sanctioned match with exhibition rules.
Carassy,
oh, jeez. Half of a German in there. Is that Danish?
That is back on concrete. Unbelievable. Referee trying to get both of these men back into the ring. We need to see an outcome here in this match.
The referee's letting it go. He's kind of letting them hang out there. He's coming out checking on them, kind of stalling that count a little bit, but he's known to let it go. And
he knows that we need a definitive winner in here. This one has been brewing, like you said earlier, a little bit under the surface here for a while, but I knew when these two locked up that it was going to get nasty in a quick way. You talk about the chip on Cassidy Kieth's shoulder. Johnny Carassy feels like he's got something to prove in this one as well.
Oh, he's got a big stack of chips. It looks like Pringles over there. But I think that's just all the trap work that he's been doing. He's been working on that physique. That's not chips on his shoulder.
And he knows this is his step to proving himself as part of one of the big players in the NOW roster. And he's going to do whatever it takes, whether it's fighting Cassidy Kieth's fight on the outside with chairs and every weapon imaginable, making our way towards the concession stand, or if it's wrestling his match in the ring, he's going to do what he needs to do to prove himself.
Well, you'll get ultimate damage over here. Johnny Carassy hasn't had nachos in 5 years. Now that's weapon usage. I guess this is a street fight now.
The ref's letting this one go. And Johnny Carassy going to get the heavy
pizza
stuff.
Oh, all the carbs to the back of the neck.
There's your hot and ready right there. Johnny Carassy is hot and he is ready. And Carassy now enjoying his first real hand in the driver's seat on the outside of the ring here, getting his second win. Taking the fight straight to Cassidy Kieth. Unbelievable. Carassy once again goes into the ring, breaks the count.
Is there a real point to breaking the count? I think the rule book has just been thrown out.
I don't know, but this one's picking up in a huge way.
Objects. Was that a can or something? Was that something in his hand?
That may have been the proverbial can of whoop ass, and Cassidy Kieth back in the driver's seat. He's got Johnny Carassy by the nape of his neck, throwing him into the ring. And now Cassidy Kieth looking to exercise some demons here, looking to really, he's looking to stretch out Carassy.
Oh, where are all those Instagram likes? All those promos and sponsorships now? Brought to you by Pro Medica.
Unbelievable.
Put him on a stretcher. He's out of here now.
Cassidy Kieth Chiropractic open 24/7, 365 for all of your back needs. Now Cassidy Kieth breaking up the count as well. These men really want to take the fight to each other on the outside of the ring here. Oh no.
Oh, good night.
That's forearm on head on steel.
Playing to the fans. They've been chanting for him all night. But Cassidy Kieth knew what he was doing when he came out here this evening. And that was just to completely destroy.
Carassy still with the wherewithal to kick out at 2.
I just would have lied down. Just let it be over.
Live to fight another day, Johnny. Come on. Driving the leg directly into the mat. That's going to spend shocks right up your calf, all the way up into your thigh.
Well, he's never been one to skip leg day. He'll go on Instagram Live just to show you that, but he's not going to be alive after this one if he just lie down.
Cassidy Kieth now fully taking advantage of the injured leg. It's a lot of man on a lot of ligament. And that's the ruthlessness of a Cassidy Kieth. That's why they call him the BIG of the 313. He will do whatever it takes to keep that Uprising championship.
Well, I guess you would say it was all a dream for Johnny Carassy, but it's a nightmare for him right now.
Jeez. Just clubbing the body of Johnny Carassy in the corner. And that picture says it all, the way that this match has been going.
Oh, big suplex.
Massive vertical suplex.
Nothing fancy about it, just effective.
Kieth looking to put the... And Carassy once again, the shoulder up at the absolute last second. One's got to argue at this point that Carassy's got to know that he doesn't have a lot left.
I'm just going to argue. I think that ref's count was a little slow. Cassidy Kieth believes that too. Are we going to see that infamous splash? No water in the pool.
Johnny Carassy somehow back to a standing base.
And quick like too.
Probably about his 3rd or 4th win here at this point. Just gets the big man up for a slam.
Didn't get all of it, but it might be enough to get an opening that he needs right now.
I must have missed his post about arm day, because he definitely been working it. Got the upper body strength to get the big man up and over.
He's talking about going up to the high rent district. That is not good. You're moving a little too slow. I don't think the wind is in you, and Cassidy Kieth's almost back to his feet.
Carassy looking to go from the Believe Center to Ottawa Hills here, looking for a huge splash, and Cassidy Kieth catches him midair.
Oh, jeez.
And a huge, monstrous slam. And this has got to be it. Cassidy Kieth rolling him over. 1, 2, and Carassy!
So out of it, he couldn't cover. I bet if Cassidy Kieth got all of that cover, that could have been it.
He let Johnny Carassy stay in it again.
Both reaching a vertical base. Blocked. Chopped. Blocked again. He's getting back into this.
Both of these men back at it once again, where this match started, just slugging out in the middle of the ring. Oof. Ducks the clothesline, Carassy off the rope, and huge haymaker.
Discus haymaker at that. He got it all wound up.
Carassy riding up. Cassidy Kieth could be looking at a new NOW Uprising champion, and it wasn't to be.
But that injured leg coming back into play.
That might be the window that Cassidy Kieth needs. If he could just get back to a standing base and put this one away.
Oh, that forearm again.
We've seen that before. The big man has taken out some of the biggest men.
Folding them up like a lawn chair.
There's no way. A valiant effort from Johnny Carassy, who stayed in this match longer than anybody would have probably given him credit for.
But Cassidy Kieth did exactly what he said he was going to do.
He came out
to put him to sleep,
firing on all 4 cylinders. And Cassidy Kieth now walks away with your NOW Uprising Championship still intact.
You know what? I don't like your comment there. 4 cylinders? That's a Mack truck. All right? There's at least 12 in there.
Absolutely.
You can't move all that weight on 4 cylinders, baby. That dude's all gassed up.
Who was I to sell him short? He's from the Motor City. He's rocking all 12. Now the match is over. Cassidy Kieth now just trying to exercise a little bit of more dominance over his opponent. I can't get behind this.
I really don't think it's necessary either myself, but whoa. Former Cruiserweight champion Jontae Kieth coming to his former brother in Spirit of Detroit. They had a little bit of beef since their split. They didn't really split on the best of terms.
Jontae telling him this isn't the way we do it. You're better than this.
Who's we, though? They've been split. He's been doing this thing for a while now. This is who Cassidy
brothers
Kieth
stop
is.
talking, but they're still brothers forever.
They're brothers, but he and Johnny Carassy are not.
Jontae Kieth out here doing the right thing, fending off Cassidy Kieth. He's trying to get him to walk the right path.
All right, but just showing a little love. Johnny Carassy put up a hell of a fight. Jontae Kieth helping him survive another night,
this is why Jontae Kieth is one of the most loved and best known men on the NOW roster. This is unbelievable. Jontae Kieth really showing some character and some heart here. What the? I knew it all along.
Whoa. What?
I knew it all along. There was no way.
What did you know? What could you possibly have known?
I've known it the whole time.
Knew what? These guys have been together for months. Almost a year, to be exact.
True brothers don't ever break up.
But why? I'd like to know why. I'm not entirely opposed to this, nor is Cassidy Kieth welcoming back his long-lost brother, mayhaps. Wow.
And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The Spirit of Detroit reunited.
The Dirty D.
A unified front between the Spirit of Detroit.
Wow. After a great match with Jontae earlier in the Fatal 4-Way, a hell of a main event. That is Uprising 16.
Unbelievable. We want to thank you guys for tuning in to NOW Uprising 16, and we will see you guys back again soon.
You won't recall